Larry, the start of a new basketball season, always full of promise. How are you feeling about the Cardinals this year?
Excited about it. We have a lot of new faces, returnees who have improved their game, and putting those pieces together is always fun.
Let's talk about the returnees a little bit. Who are you counting on? Who's the kind of the core?
Well, we have two seniors returning. One's a reserve. That's Jason King, and one was a starter most of last year, Darius Tomlin. And Darius is, even though he's 5'9", he can play the one or the two. Great athlete, showing good leadership, can score the ball, can guard, with the best with his on-the-ball defense. Looking forward to a great year out of him. We have two returning juniors, Austin Regier and Chris Morrison. Chris is in a reserve role, 6'7", very athletic four-man. Austin Regier can play the 4 or the 5. Very active, brings so much energy. We expect him to be a good rebounder for us and presence defensively. Have a good group of sophomores. Our two guys from Eastern Europe, Simon Zajacek, who's a backup guard at about 6 foot, and has been injured a lot this fall, and his availability will depend on how that progresses. But our only true center, Emil Ostapichuk, 6'9", played a lot last year as a freshman, and we think he has a chance to have a really nice sophomore year. Really our only back-to-the-basket presence in there. Zach Starr, who was injured, missed all of last year, kind of a red shirt, will be in a reserve role, but very good player, smart player, and is basically a 2-3 type, but all-stater at Liberty North. And then the two other sophomores I'll mention, Patrick Whelan, who started at the end of last year at point guard at 6'4". Because of our injury situation right now, he may be forced into some duty at the 4.
Oh, wow.
We played a scrimmage the other day, and he started at the 1 and finished at the 4 because we only had two healthy big bodies out there. And but has tremendous potential. Gained a lot of confidence last year, throughout the year, and had a good summer. And we expect him to have an outstanding year. So he'll play anywhere from the 1 to the 4. But at the end of last year, he was our starting 1. And then Easton Cook. Easton's a sophomore out of Olathe Northwest High School, and had a solid year for us as a backup, and showing good leadership this fall. Can shoot the basketball. He can also play the 2. He's primarily a 1, but he's had a good fall as well. And so happy about those guys. And I don't know if I've left anybody out. I don't have a roster.
It's tough at this time of year,
but it's a good returning group that's showing good leadership and working extremely hard.
How about newcomers that people don't know about yet?
Well, we basically have 4 transfers and 4 freshmen. One of the transfers will be with us in late December. That's Larry Fitzgerald, who transferred here from Northwest Missouri State after 2 years at Butler County. All these transfers are juniors. He's a versatile player, can play the 2, 3, or 4 spot at 6'3". Perhaps the player that's been the most impressive early on has been Matt Lassen, 6'5", 2 guard out of Kirkwood Community College in Iowa. Was a second-team All-Region choice, can really shoot the 3. Just a really solid player. We expect him to get a lot of minutes for us early on. And then we have 2 bigs, but they've been hurt most of this fall, and it's a matter of getting them healthy and getting them going. One is Jordan Tanner, 6'5", out of Houston, played at Heston Community College in Kansas, helped them to the national tournament last year. But he's had some knee problems this fall, and hasn't really, since October 15th, hasn't been able to be in full practice. So we're trying to get him healthy. I think he'll be a real key competitor for us, and he'll push for a lot of playing time at both the 4 and the 5. And then Javier de la Blanca from Spain, played at Ohlone Community College in California, 6'7", about 225. So he gives us a physical presence along with Emil. But he's what you would call a stretch 4. He can shoot the 3, but he can also score inside. But he's had some foot problems and some quad problems. So we're pretty banged up right now. We get those 2 guys back, that'll certainly increase our opportunities to be successful up front. Then we have 4 freshmen, 2 who will have a chance to maybe get some minutes early in their career. One being Chandler Lyon, 6'4", kind of a combo forward, played the 4 in high school, probably will play some 3 and 4 for us. Very active, plays with a lot of energy. The other freshman is Clark Minifield. Clark's out of Fayette County in the Atlanta area. Can really shoot the 3, can shoot it deep, and we think both those will have a chance to come off the bench and get us minutes. Brandon Shear has also been impressive. He's out of the great state of Washington. He's kind of a combo guard, 6'1", great work ethic, and we'll see where that leads for him. And then Garrett Skipworth out of Glendale High School in Springfield, who's a point guard, has had his moments as well. So it's a good group of newcomers, 4 freshmen, 4 transfers. We just need to get all of them healthy.
Right. Non-conference schedule, in the past you've not backed away from anybody, and who is on your non-conference schedule this year?
Well, exhibition games, we open on Saturday, November 7 at Missouri State. That'll be a real test for us, Division I. That'll be a good opportunity for our guys. And then on Sunday, November 15th, we go to UMKC. And so those are our 2 exhibitions against Division I's, and those will be big for us. Our first home game will be Friday, November 13th, against Baker University. Sean Dooley, who was on our staff and a great friend of ours and is doing a really nice job at Baker. That'll be our first opponent at home, and I know he's trying to climb up the ladder in the conference we used to be in, the Heart of American Athletic Conference. In terms of NCAA Division II opponents, we'll play Newman University out of Wichita. We'll play Pittsburgh State out of Kansas, Missouri Southern as well. Both those schools are in the MIAA. And then a new opponent will be Wayne State out of Nebraska. I think you know a little bit about Wayne State. And so it'll be a tough non-conference schedule for us to get us ready to go. We will actually play 2 conference games this year, Rick, before Christmas. The Quincy Truman, who are now in our travel pod, where we play everybody in your pod, home and away. So it'll present a challenge, but really proud of what the young men have done thus far.